Module 10 skills test about star lifetime and stellar evolution. And notice that there's a table to start things off. This gives you the mass of the star. Oops, let me change my color again. Always seem to make that mistake. The mass of the star. And notice this is in multiples of sun masses. So, for example, this first one is not quite equivalent to our sun. The second one is equivalent to our sun, etc., etc. So this star down here is 60 times more massive than our sun. And notice that the equivalent main sequence lifetime of the star is given there in the other column. And from that information, you should be able to answer questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to kind of fly through that kind of quickly. Moving on to number 5. These are all HR diagrams. Remember, the HR diagram shows luminosity increasing on the y-axis, shows temperature increasing on the x-axis. And what we've got here is this gray line is your main sequence, and you've got a bunch of stars that are plotted. And these are all stars from the same star cluster, meaning they were all born from the same cloud of gas and dust. So they all started their life at essentially the same time. And notice that these HR diagrams have different shapes, and that shape should tell you something about the age of the star clusters. That's why you are asked to rank these star clusters from youngest to oldest. And again, you're going to choose the star cluster. You're also going to do either less than or equal to, as far as the comparison. Then finally, the last question has to do with this diagram that starts out with a red giant. It's a little flow chart. Starts out with a red giant, and you have to choose. Okay, if the red giant is a relatively small mass, red giant, what is it going to become next? If it's a large mass, what is it going to become next? And you're going to match the letters with the proper term or the proper step in the evolution of a star.